Hey there, my name's Hypno Jojo, and it's time for another daily collective reading. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button, press the subscribe button, and let's get ourselves going on the rest of this journey here. I'm gonna just pull some cards from the chakra deck here just to see what specifically we need to be focusing on, if there's anything in particular that is being overactive or underactive here. And knowing that everything that I offer here is intended for your highest good, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. All that being said, you are on a journey of just endless growth. Endless growth. It's never going to end. I'm telling you, it's never going to end. But knowing that we have this opportunity to experience life as a human being, take it slow, all right? You don't have to rush into anything. You don't have to make anything more, I guess, I don't even know what the word would be, but I guess they just want me to stop talking and get straight to the point here. Um, Already, we've got the mind coming out here. We've got presence coming out here, and we've got crown chakra coming out here. It's very interesting that we have both the crown chakra as well as the third eye chakra as aspects that we need to be focusing on here today. And when we think about how we're showing up in our lives consistently, how we're showing up for ourselves consistently, many of us may be finding that our thoughts are preoccupied on the coulda, woulda, shoulda, are preoccupied on future pacing, meaning trying to figure everything out before we actually get to the place that we're going or wanting to be at. And when we think about how our energy is utilized throughout the day or how we're choosing to manage it effectively, is it to say, are we saying that we're managing it effectively when we're constantly stuck in the past, or we're looking to the future with the expectations of how things should be going or what they what might happen here? And so, as it relates to this reading in particular, we're seeing that Spirit is just asking you patiently and kindly and lovingly to focus on the present, especially as we see the presence card coming out here. It was in the reverse when I pulled this card, and it's saying to me that for some of us, we aren't caught in this. We aren't doing what we can to stay focused, to stay mindful, to stay present. One of the things that I really enjoy doing whenever I catch myself wandering off into the future or wandering off into the past is to just ground myself by focusing on the breathing, to focus on what I can see in my immediate vicinity. And that means giving myself the permission to stop the chatter that's going on in my mind and be intentional about grounding. Now, why would we want to be intentional if, we may be comfortable in daydreaming, or, it brings us some sense of security or some sense of control when we're able to just map out in our mind what we are wanting to do or pursue, or how things could have been or why they shouldn't have gone that way. When we think of that in particular, it's just that it's not, I mean, it's just not serving us. And I kind of feel like for myself, even on speaking about this, it's difficult to, it's difficult to say, oh, we should be doing this, when I know personally it is a difficult thing for me to do as well, right? I feel like a lot of this reading, I'm being called out, but I also feel like there are people that identify with what I'm experiencing as well. What I was wanting to say when it comes to feeling that sense of security and control in future pacing and in, reminiscing, it it short term helps us. It short term allows us to feel grounded, but really it's not. When we come out of that bliss, or we come out of that dissociation, we have to come back to the reality, what is going on right now, what we aren't doing for ourselves, what we could be doing for ourselves, what hasn't been accomplished yet, as a result of us mindlessly wandering into territory that hasn't even come to our immediate reality. There is a thing to be said about visualization and meditation and how that helps us manifest what we desire into the present, in that we do that mindfully. We do that with intention, where we may set aside some time to focus on the future, to focus on healing aspects of our past, because we've made space for it energetically. We've made space in our time, the time throughout the day to be able to do that. But we aren't neglecting our priorities when we offer ourselves the opportunity to do those things. In this case, and what we're speaking on today, is the fact that many of us are finding dissociation or daydreaming as a means of letting the responsibility go, or not taking accountability, or just procrastinating and actually doing the work that we know we could be doing, that we should be doing, right? And when we think about why we allow ourselves to do it, there's valid reason behind it. No one is saying here you don't have a right to feel some sense of peace, security, some sense of awareness, or at least be in control of how you feel based on what you bring to the mind. But there is also something about this reading in particular that says quietly, that says patiently, this is not serving you in the fullest capacity in which you think it is. So, how can you give yourself grace on this? How can we move beyond the need or the desire to check out, to mindlessly go somewhere when our present reality is difficult to embrace? How can we hold space for knowing that we are tired, either mentally or physically, and know that we also still have work to do? I was offered a somatic practice that I want to share with you that may help you ground and center as well. Use your right hand, and this may be it may appear left on the camera, but use your right hand, place it under your left armpit, and feel your rib cage as well as your heart, okay? Feel your heart, feel the presence of your body right there. And then take your left hand and wrap it around your chest and place it on your right shoulder. And just allow yourself to breathe into your body here, taking in a nice, gentle, cleansing breath in, and releasing on the exhale, feeling the body collapse almost, shrink into itself, and then on the breath in, taking the time to notice how the ribcage expands. You're feeling the shape of your body fill the arms completely, noticing the sensation of the skin touching skin, feeling the lungs expand and how that brings life into the body. And on that exhale, just letting the body sink, the shoulders relax, and really feeling the presence of the body. And doing this for however long it is necessary. Doing this for however long it feels right, it feels good. And just knowing that as we're allowing the self to connect with the body, mind, body, and soul just aligning here, in the present moment, we are giving ourselves permission to self-soothe, to comfort, to hold physical space for the body as it shows up. And as you're still breathing, taking in all the positives and releasing all the negatives, any stress and tension, allow yourself to just gently do a body scan now. Notice any sensations along any point of the body. Maybe noticing any tightness in the back or in the legs, perhaps. Or maybe noticing in the neck and shoulders how they can come to relax even more than before. Again, not rushing, not pushing anything here, just allowing the body to simply be and noticing how that feels for you. And knowing with yet another deep cleansing breath in and yet another exhale out, that you can come back to this present state, this loving space for the self at any time should you choose during your normal waking life, knowing that everything offered to you today is in your highest good. Namaste. And release. And just giving yourself the space to just come back to the present. Eyes are open. Feeling the body supported by the surface beneath you. How was that for you? Let me know in the comments below if you noticed any changes in the breathing, any changes in the body posture, any changes in what your overall mood or what your thoughts were. For me, I'm experiencing a place of calm. I'm experiencing a feeling of relaxation, feeling a sense of comfort, knowing that I am present and centered in my body and breath, and allowing myself to know and notice that when I choose to ground and center, when I choose to be intentional about focus and awareness and presence, I step out of my own way to be who I want and need to be now and moving forward. So, one last thing that we want to touch on here in this reading and this message is the crown chakra. And knowing that all of us are universally connected by the heart, right? We are energetically feeling the ebbs and flows of the environment around us. We also have a space and permission and a place to connect with source, to connect with an energetic being, an energetic power greater than ourselves, to help bring in confidence, to bring in awareness, to help bring in comfort and calm, coolness, finding a sense to be level-headed when everything is frightening or overwhelming or anxiety producing, right? Knowing that these are just brief moments, they're brief blips in time for the grand scheme of things and where your life is headed and what beautiful things can come from it. Give yourself permission, give yourself the opportunity to go within, to connect with your higher power. After watching this video tonight, before you go to bed, inviting in that peace and clarity, okay? Just doing the practice, just being mindful of where we're at right now, allows me to say, I acknowledge my truth. I acknowledge that I could be doing a little bit more. I acknowledge that, yes, I am feeling overwhelmed. I am feeling the pressure of wanting something greater than where I'm at right now. And those are all good things. But I also acknowledge that it's okay to take my time, and it's okay to forgive myself for where I've been at, what I'm presently doing. But it's not okay to beat myself up or to chastise myself any further, because I'm only able to accomplish so much in so many hours in a day. I think that's where I want to wrap up this message for today. I can feel that, all that was really necessary was leading us into this somatic practice. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to my friends and family who have offered the things that they have, the tools and resources that allow me to show up today. And if you haven't heard it already today, I love you. And I mean that sincerely. Do yourself a favor, follow me, keep yourself up to date on notifications for when I post. And if you need anything, if you'd like to work with me one on one, if you would like for me to offer a channeled message or a tarot reading or offer hypnosis services or even Reiki energy, please check the link in my bio. I'll even link that in the description box below. And I hope to see you again soon. My name is Hypno Jojo. It was an honor and a privilege. Namaste.